have the best job in the world now. I wrote an article this morning with that title, and I said now because that was not always the case. You might have seen that I was the guy who said I had no direction in life. My entire life. I did a video about that. I had absolutely no direction in life because I kept moving around and trying to find that next place or that right place. So I have the best job. Now, what does that mean? The best job means that it's something that I'm really qualified to do, something that I truly enjoy, and something that I would do if I wasn't even getting paid for it. And something that causes me to be extremely happy and joy filled. How many people can say that? And I have that, and it's just, how did that happen? I'm this old guy. How did I get there? How did that occur? And I'll tell you, in the article and what I wrote, I just was inspired this morning to write this little piece, and I had to remember, at 12 years old is when it began, you see, because a lot of stuff happened. First, I fell through the ice, and I couldn't swim, so I almost drowned. That was terrifying at a 12-year-old. It was implanted in me. And then I thought I wanted to sing, but then someone said, no, you can't do that. So now I became really insecure. I was afraid of absolutely everything, and I moved through my life like that. So I couldn't really find that place that I was supposed to be. But along the way, I kept finding jobs. I worked, and then I started to miraculously start to manage things and build things. It was crazy. Then I thought, oh, well, now maybe I'm supposed to start my own business. And I did that several times. Failed at a couple of them. Went through the fails, did everything. Because that wasn't the right place. That wasn't where I was supposed to be, obviously. Because that didn't work. So there must be something else. And so then I went to the next thing. Now, fortunately, because I was so traumatized being that 12-year-old who couldn't do things and thought I was going to lose my life, I said, I'm going to change this. So I started working on becoming a good singer, just a good singer. Then I became a great singer. Then I became a vocal coach. I knew that if I did that, something would change. I didn't know that at first, though. My coach had to tell me that. See, I've always had to have a coach. I had to have someone tell me this is the next step because they could see it. They had been there. I get it now. And so my coach said, no, you've got to do this. You know more than you think. You've got to go and help people. And so I started doing that. But see, doing the vocal coaching, because that's where I started, that wasn't it either. It was part of it. It was part of the journey. Sometimes we take certain steps along the way that are just leading us to somewhere else, which is that best job. And the best job is not need to be any work that you're going out to doing. It's just how you're living your life, how you're experiencing you. So as this all went on throughout the years, I started developing something else. This was the next part of my job that I didn't know at that time. I started meditating. And so many times during my life where things were really, really challenging, I would meditate, and then I found something that said, well, maybe you can get answers from somewhere else. And I said, okay, let me try that. And I did. And then I studied that and I worked with that. It started to work, you see, because it got me through some of the really challenging times of my life and some of the times where I was in such financial difficulty that I didn't know what I was going to do. And so I said, I'll try anything. So meditating and automatic writing is what it was called. That's what I started. I said, okay, I read an article about automatic writing. Let me see if something can help. And it did. I would meditate, and then all of a sudden I started hearing things, and I began writing. And I started writing my Wilhelm. Now, I'll tell you, you might have seen my Wilhelm, and that's the name that came to me when they first started speaking to me. And that's more than 30 years ago, you see. That's what I mean about why I'm qualified, because I've been studying all of this for that period of time. And anything that you study and really delve into, you develop. It grows. It starts to become more, and that's what's happening. But I also didn't get to that best job when I could have, because I doubted what I was doing. I doubted who I was. I doubted my superpower. I doubted that I had this talent because I was ignoring it, and I was embarrassed. I didn't want anybody else to know about this because it seemed too weird. And that was my intuitive side. That was my Wilhelm. That was the thing that allowed me to move into different areas of my life. It allowed me to create programs. I wrote a book, several books actually, many things because of that. But see, I wasn't putting it out there. I wasn't willing to own that. But then I became willing to own that. Then things started to change. And I'm saying all of this because there was a message that I received so long ago that said there's no greater feeling in the world than to find that place in your life where you know that you are doing the thing that you were meant to do, why you were born, why you're on the earth, and especially now, when you can feel that, it's the kind of joy that you can't understand. And I know that so many people don't believe that. That's why I love doing the work that I do. That's why I am an intuitive empowerment life purpose coach. I had to go through those steps to get there. I had to figure out, how can I become empowered? How can I work through fear and doubt? How can I work through my insecurity, my lack of confidence? That's what the process was. That's why I became qualified. And the greatest joy that I have now, that's the other part of having the best job, is knowing that I would do it if it didn't cost me, if nobody paid me, because it's that fulfilling. I can't do that, however, but I just want you to get the idea of how you would feel if you reached that place where you knew what you were meant to do in this life. You didn't doubt it anymore. You loved it. You wanted to get up and go and do it, whatever it was. You had joy, and it's available for you. It is available for everyone. This is something I could not have said to everyone many years ago. I say it now because I know it's true. There's not a single person born who doesn't have a purpose that they were meant to fulfill. And if they did that, it would be one that would cause them to become happy, fulfilled, prosperous, loving, having the right relationships. All of those things would happen as a result of them deciding to do their best job. And the funny thing is, you were born with it. Everyone was. Sometimes, like with me, it just takes us some time to find it, but we also have to be willing, we have to become willing to take the steps to find it. I know you'll get a lot out of this.